There's never been a time in basketball where those in charge haven't been complaining about it being fucked up. I'm not happy with everything that goes on in basketball, but what I will tell you is I would rather have these young people have choice than be restricted. Does anybody find it interesting that Lane Kiffin leaves a team that is going to the college football playoff, and not one coach and not one administrator came out publicly and said, what about loyalty? Right. What about this? What about that? They didn't say any of the crap they say about the players. The sitting administrators and presidents and all that didn't say a word because they feel like they're going to be in that situation at some point. And they don't want to lock themselves out of doing what LSU did. I don't believe for one second the complaint that there's no loyalty anymore. Like, was it loyalty when we couldn't move? Like, how did loyalty just all of a sudden disappear once there was choice? You know, the players have choice now, and we want to say that players were more loyal when we were all in school. Were we loyal, or did we not have a choice?
I tried to fix it. I did everything. I showed them compassion. I showed them mercy. I walked away. I was the bigger man. And look where the fuck it got me.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe for die trying. You see the thumbnail, more importantly, you saw the clip. There is no loyalty. There was never loyalty, okay? College sports up to NIL, right? Let's just start first. You have NIL deals, they're basically one-year deals because scholarships are one-year deals. This idea of, man, they're giving you a scholarship, it's a full ride, lie. It's a one-year deal. If you produce, you know, if we like you, we got you for this year. Next year, maybe a different story. That's why there was a time when people got hurt in college, and you know, they might take them a couple of years to heal. They get rid of them. You know, well, gotta go, gotta transfer. You know, that type of situation. The second thing about this loyalty, like they said, these coaches was never loyal. These coaches would be out here using people for promotion. Man, you know, we turned this organization around. We went from winning 3 games to 7. I guess I'm done here. Let me max out and go somewhere else and make more money. Coaches been prostitutes for years. You know, this idea that, sorry about that, we're in this for we love the game and we love the coach. She was a lying mother. Y'all love getting paid, getting overpaid for underworking. Because most of these coaches can't coach. That's why people got to go to become a professional to get coaching. That's why even from college, high school, you know, let me just do college and high school. The AAU circuit in basketball, all these little circuits, you know, Pop Warner, all this specialized training. That's why most of these people don't know nothing. They don't know what they're doing at all. The vast majority of them. The vast majority of them don't know what they're doing at all. They can't coach anybody. And then we get to this level where, well, these players they're not loyal to the school. They're not loyal to the coaches and the coaching staff. First of all, why would you be loyal to coaches that can't coach? They'll recruit you and they'll leave you in a drop of a hat. In a drop of a hat. Because if we want to say something for real, well, I'll get there later. Let's talk about another aspect of this. You're mad that you got to pay the players now. You was paying players for years, though. You know, you paying them under the table. But the difference was you paid them and they stayed at the school. They didn't take the money and transfer. Sometimes they took the money before they even commit, you actually got them to commit. And then they committed somewhere else and you was out of luck because like, what we going to say? That happened. But in a general sense, you know, y'all was paying to play anyways. And that's why people want to go to these Power 5 schools, because, these coaches at these smaller places, I want to quote unquote build a winning tradition, aka I just want to get here, maybe get a couple of diamonds in the rough, maybe get somebody from the hometown that's great to come here, win a couple of games, and use that to get a multi-million-dollar deal somewhere. And then I can recruit these better players at a better school, and I can look better. And I can look like I'm a great coach. And that's the other thing about this coaching BS now. Most of these coaches can't coach. They're just great recruiters, and they're really not great recruiters, to be perfectly honest. They use the school's history as hey man, you can come to this school and this is great, and this can get you the most visibility because we're in this conference and yada 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 yada. And then if they actually got a good coach, then they go, at your position, we got such and such from such and such. He coaches guys up and da 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 da. And that's why some of these fake ass coaches don't like actual people who actually played or actually was professional athletes at these jobs, because they actually know what they're talking about. And these other coaches, they get exposed. So that goes back into the concept of these people like coaching because they got overpaid for under doing the work. They didn't really do anything but walk around cussing at teenagers. Oh, that's some bullshit. You're not doing anything. Shut your ass up. You're making hundreds of $1,000s a year, and you don't know your elbow from your asshole when it comes to this football shit. And people go, oh, these guys know a lot. They're geniuses. No, they fucking not. Know how I know they fucking not geniuses? Because most of these guys basically learned how to coach from great players. It wasn't the other way around. It wasn't a great coach taught a great system, implemented the system. No. All these motherfuckers have been doing now is finding somebody that reminds them of the great players that they've been around, and I can tell you what he did, but I'm gonna say it's coaching. You need to do that. You need to do that. You remind me of that. Shut your ass up. It go all the way to the NFL draft. This player reminds me of that, and they're similar to that. That's because y'all know what the fuck y'all doing half the time. But then y'all mad that these kids, go, hey man, I'm leaving. I need to check. Now here's the thing about that though. I said this before when I first saw the NIL thing, right? One, you're gonna get, you're gonna get less talent in players because guys are basically gonna cut themselves off at the knees for the most part, because they're gonna be chasing money and not wind up being a good player because they don't want to stick with it somewhere. Because sometimes you got offense or defense. I know it's a system or whatever, and you get accustomed to it. You get better and better and better. This is how we do things. But a lot of y'all going from here to here to here, and that's part of the whole NIL thing, because they don't believe these coaches know what the fuck they're doing anyways. I can go from here to here to here to here to here, because I can just do what I want to do, because these motherfuckers don't know nothing. I'm selling tickets. I'm going to do my job. It is what it is. That's what's going on. So then you talking about loyalty and loyalty to the school. Schools ain't loyal to nobody. Well, I'll take that back. The schools are loyal or more loyal than the coaches have been. Because schools have been looking out for players who produce for those schools forever and a day. Because they use those players and their notoriety to get other people to come to that school and this, that, and the third. So the schools actually care more about the players than the damn coaches do. The coaches are a revolving door, right? One person in, one person out, one person in, one person out. They don't care. And that's part of this NIL problem, because the players follow the coaches sometimes, and sometimes the schools. And what winds up happening is, coaches can recruit people. They get people on board. They leave people high and dry because they can recruit you, say they love you, this, and then you get there, they lied to your ass, and now you fifth string. And you're like, what the fuck happened? I thought, or they recruited you, and it's like, yeah, man, I got this coach say, we're gonna run this thing. It's like my offense, it's like my defense, da 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 da. Then coach up and leave, and you there like, what the fuck? But you committed, so we just roll with it. You got people. I got recruited for this, and then you get to school, and you're like, wait a minute, bitch, I don't play defense. Well, when you get here, if you want to play it, or you don't want or you want to sit on the bench, like see, all the years of all of that bullshit has become an issue, and now the players, are looking at it like, yeah, man, it is what it is. So that's why you're going to see all this parity and this turnover. Part of the reason why these people are hating on Indiana for winning the national championship in football, or the players are 22 to 25. I don't give a shit. Y'all made the rules, they played by the rules, and they won. And the issue is all the other Power 5 schools didn't win. So it's a new model to do stuff now because, we can't have another team doing this, that, and the third. And which puts another thing in here because y'all got to remember, if you're not a Power 5 team, they give you hell. And even though Indiana is in a Power 5 division, they're not looked at as a Power 5 school. It's kind of like Vanderbilt. You know what I mean? Arkansas, Ole Miss, like Northwestern when they were, I don't know if they're still in the Big Ten. But that's how Boise State was outside of the fold. Oregon was like that. You know what I mean? And now it's like, now they're a program, and now if they win, it's okay. Shut it with advertisers. It's like, man, shut your ass up. Oregon was going to be okay because that Nike money. But when it gets back to this NIL stuff, the other part with the coaches and the players, it's like, okay, now you about to have, you don't like it because college is about to be Jerry Jones. If anybody who knows the NFL, National Football League, Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones owns the team, and people go, Jerry Jones run the team even if the coach is supposed to run the team. So now the boosters at these schools are about to be Jerry Jones. I don't give a damn about this coach. I need him over there. 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 Make it happen. Now do something with him. And like I said, most of these coaches can't coach, so it exposes them because if you're a coach, you be like, okay, this is the system we running, this is what we doing, da 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 da. You do this, you do this, you do this, and you can have these hodgepodge of players and put them together and make it work. But a lot of y'all can't fucking coach. DB coach can't coach the DBs, receivers coach can't coach the receivers, line coach can't coach the line, tight end coach can't coach the tight ends, quarterback coach don't know what the fuck he doing. You know what I'm saying? Linebacker coach, DNs coach, DBs coaches, I saw this guy back in the day and he played like this, so you got to play like that. That ain't his style of play though. Does that fit your system? Do you know what you're doing? Do these type of players fit your system? I don't know. We're going to make it happen because there's money to be made. So shut your ass up. Because you've been hopping around lying to school, the AD, athletic director, school president, I'm going to make it better just to get a check. Now these kids lying to y'all ass too. And then when somebody over here wins because people actually trust in what they can actually do, now you mad. This is going to continue to happen. So deal with it. And the reason I say deal with it, this is a situation that coaches created with all the bullshit y'all been doing for decades. So now I don't want to move off the love of the game. But you never had the love of the game. That's why you went to 50, 11 fucking colleges to get money. You don't give a fuck about the game. You gave a fuck about the check. Cut the bullshit. But I'm getting out of here, man. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.